Guru Baba, let me start this pep talk with a question. What are you and your high school friends are mostly stressed about?
Well, getting good grades and good marks on my tests and exams. Not getting into like the right universities when I do apply for them.
Yeah, very understandable, Guru Baba. But let me tell you something about you and your friends. Guru Baba, you are far more capable than you realize. You have a mind resilient, creative, and intelligent beyond imagination. Let me just give you one example. When you cut your finger, your mind orders billions of cells to repair it. Blood clots, tissue forms, and in a matter of days or weeks, the wound is gone. You know how intelligent you have to be to do that? And your mind performs thousands of tasks like that every single day. And that kind of intelligence is available to you 24/7. Then you might wonder, well, if my mind is so intelligent, why is it always stressing me out? Well, that's because you ask for it. I know you don't believe me right now, but let me explain. Behind your success, your happiness, your failures, your anger, frustration, stress, anxiety, and everything that you feel is your mind. And the irony is that most of us never invest the time to know how the mind works. The mind always listens to you, it never says no to you. And the mind doesn't care if what you're asking your mind is good for you or bad for you. And the mind doesn't care what other people think or says. It only cares what you believe. I want you to think of your mind like a soldier. And you are the general. A soldier never says no to the general. If the general asks a soldier, give me a push-up, you say, yes, sir. Go to a war. Yes, sir. And the soldier doesn't care if going to war is good for him or bad for him. He has to follow the order. And that's exactly how your mind works. You are the general, and your mind is the soldier. And the soldier will never do anything without the command of the general. Let me give you an example of Guli Baba. Remember when you wanted a phone and you wanted it badly, and you came to us and we said no, and you are not happy. Basically, you told your mind, my parents are not good, they don't love me. And your mind said, yes, ma'am, let me prove it to you how bad of a parent they are. So it reminded you of all the other time we denied you toys, we didn't take you to some places you wanted to go, and how we treated you like a little child, and how we didn't respect you, and you couldn't wait to grow up and leave the house. Basically, you told your mind to make your parents the worst parents in the world, and your mind obviously used all that intelligence and creativity to make us like the worst parents in the world. And your mind didn't tell you, hey, hold on a second, they're your parents. Your mind doesn't care. It just wants to do what you want it to do. And also, remember when we bought you the phone, remember how happy you were? Basically, you told your mind, my parents are really nice parents. And your mind said, yes, ma'am. Let me make them the best parents in the world for you. And you came and you hugged us and you kissed us and you were so happy, and it reminded you of all the other times we did stuff for you and how much we loved you and all that. Why? Because you asked your mind to do it for you. And that's exactly how the mind works. It's like your soldier. It never says no to you. It never does anything without your consent. Okay, good, Baba. Let's take a few minutes to reflect on what we talked about. And then you can tell me why your mind is stressing you out about not getting in the university you want. So, good, Baba, now now that you reflected on it for a little bit, tell me, what did your mind do when you told your mind you might not be able to get into the university of your choice?
Basically to just scare me and to stress me out. And if I don't get into a proper school, I'm done for.
And who was behind this stress?
Myself, because I asked my mind to stress me out.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, Pandya. That's give me a high five. Nice. Oh, that's great. That's great, Kulibaba. So we basically ask our mind to use all that intelligence and creativity to create stress and anxiety for us. If you're not happy, that's because you ask your mind to make you unhappy. If you believe that you're not good enough, that's because you ask your mind to make you believe that. It has nothing to do with anything else. It has everything to do with what you ask your mind to do for you. And your mind is doing an excellent job at it. So the big question is, Khanji Baba, how can we use our mind to get what we want? Well, we need to funnel all that energy, resilience, creativity, and intelligence on completing the task at hand. And let me tell you the kind of power you can create by funneling all that energy and focus into the task at hand. Think about the sunlight, Guli Baba. When it is scattered across the ground, it provides light and warmth, but not much else. Now, take a magnifying glass and place it under the sun. The magnifying glass gathers those scattered rays and focuses them into a single tiny point. That concentrated energy becomes so intense and powerful that it ignites a fire. Your mind works exactly the same. When your focus is scattered all over the past, the future, distraction, social media, not much gets done. But when you concentrate it on the task at hand, you unlock the power you never knew you had. Well, the reason the mind doesn't focus on completing the task at hand is because that's what we tell our mind. We tell our mind that, oh, this task is so small. I can do it after, I can do it later. Now you know how intelligent the mind is. Of course, the mind is going to use all that creativity and intelligence to tell you, yeah, this is not important. You can go to the party now, you can sleep late, you can do your assignment later. This is not a big deal. And then the mind does exactly what you ask of it. And then the next day, the new task shows up, and all of a sudden you have so many incomplete tasks waiting for you. That's where stress is coming from, because you leave a lot of tasks incomplete. But the fact is that the task at hand is the most important task in your life, and completing it is the most important goal in your life. And you have to let your mind know that. You're not lying to your mind, it is a fact. Everything in your life, your future, depends on how you handle the task at hand. Let me ask you a question. You have a plan, and you have to-do list, and you complete every task at hand. Will you ever have to worry about achieving your ultimate goal?
No.
Of course not. So, Guli Baba, here's what you need to do. First, you need to establish the complete form of the task at hand. For example, if you have an assignment, you need to ask yourself a question. What is the complete form of doing my assignment? Is it being on the phone and then doing my assignment, texting, watching TV, and then doing my assignment? Or is it focusing 100% on completing the task at hand? And then you have to establish the importance of the task at hand. You have to let your mind know that this task is the most important task in my life. Well, because it is. Tell your mind that your future depends on how you handle this task. reaching your ultimate goal depends on how you handle this task, because it does. It's not just about that one task, it is about the discipline. Really, Baba, let me tell you one more thing. The task at hand is not just study or work, it can be anything. You need to ask yourself this question all the time. What is the task at hand right now? It could be helping your parents, being respectful to your teachers, going out for a walk, eating healthy, doing your exercise, talking to your friends, watching a movie. As long as you complete them, you have nothing to worry about. And I want you to remember that stress, anxiety, frustration, failure only thrive in incomplete tasks and imagined future. When you complete the task at hand, you basically leave no room for stress, anxiety, frustration, or failure to thrive. Good job.